Hi there, welcome to another math session, and today I will be discussing about enlargements. Um, this materials is actually belongs to the IGCSE extended math, but I'm certain other program also has similar materials. Okay, let's start with the definition. What is enlargement? It is basically making a shape bigger or making a shape smaller. And there are two things that you need to know when it comes to enlargements, and they are scale factor, which is how many times bigger or how many times smaller an image is compared to the object. And the second one is center of enlargement, which is the point where you enlarge from, right? Let's take a look at some examples. Okay, let's start with this example one. Given this rectangle, this is the object, and then the instruction says enlarge the shape by scale factor 2. Well, obviously, what you do, you multiply each sides. Okay, you multiply each sides by 2. Okay, and where you put the image at this stage or in this example, it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so you multiply each side or each length by 2, right? And you can put the image over here, right? Notice that the length has changed. This length, for example, changed from 3 into 6, yeah, because 3 times 2 is 6. And this length over here multiplied by 2 becomes 4. Okay, so that's the image. Let's move on to the second examples. So given this object, the instruction says enlarge the shape by scale factor 3. Okay, so here are the lengths. Okay, and just a note, uh, for the diagonal, we will draw this the last. Yeah. So scale enlarging by scale factor 3 means multiply all lengths by 3. Okay, so multiply all lengths by 3, and again doesn't matter where you draw the image at this stage. Okay, all right. So that length there is 2 units. Multiplied by 3 becomes 6. That length there is 3. Multiplied by 3 becomes 9. And this length here is 1 unit. Multiplied by 3 becomes 3 units. And we connect these two, right, to get the last length or the last side. All right. So that's become the image. So as you can see, um, we can come up with this formula that image uh, line length is equal to object line length multiplied by the scale factor. So similarly, uh, scale factor is equal to the object length divided by the relevant image length. So these two must be relevant. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at these examples. Let's take a look at number one. Given the square and the instructions say enlarge the given shape by scale factor half. So that means divide all lengths by 2. Okay, so we divide this length by 2. By the way, the length is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. and this one also 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Okay, so 4 units divided by 2 becomes 2 units, so that's 1, 2. Similarly to the other sides or the other length. Yeah, so that is the image of the object, right? Next, number 2. Here the instruction says enlarge the shape by scale factor half. Okay, same thing. So divide all length by 2. Okay, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 units. The length is 6 units. So divide by 2, that's equal to 3, of course. 1, 2, 3. Right? Same thing goes with the other sides. So this is the image. Okay? And same thing to number 3. The instruction says enlarge the shape by scale factor 1/3. That means divide all lengths by 3. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 unit length divided by 3 is equal to 2, of course. Okay, there you go. 1, 2 units. That's 2 units each, right? And for the other 3 examples, it's just the same, so I'll just go quickly. For number 4, the scale factor is 1/3. So divide all length by 3, right? So there you go, that's the image. And number 5, the scale factor is 1/4. That means divide all length by 4, right? There you go, that's the image of the object. And the last one, same thing, same instruction. It says enlarge the given shape by a scale factor of 1/4. So divide all length by 4. So there you go. That is the image, right? Let's just do a quick summary of what we just did. So what is an enlargement? Okay, enlargement is to make a shape bigger, yes. The ratios of the sides stay the same, yes. And we call the original shape and the enlarged shape similar. Yeah, so the original shape and the enlarged shape similar. Okay. Next, before we can enlarge, we need to know what is called the scale factor. So we need scale factor, yeah, before we do enlargement. Okay, last one. Although it might sound weird, but sometimes when we enlarge a shape, it can actually get smaller, like what we did in the previous examples just now. Okay, right, this time we are going to involve center of enlargement, meaning in this case now we cannot put the image anywhere we like as before. Right, so let's take a look at this example here. The instruction says enlarge the shape by scale factor 2 from the center of enlargement, this point here. Okay, so let's make a start. So this is the object, and that's the center of enlargement, and multiply all lengths by 2 because scale factor is 2. Let's count the length from the center of enlargement first. Okay, here we have 2 units to the right and 2 units up. So we will multiply these two by 2 because the scale factor is 2. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this becomes 4, yep, Again, we counted from the center of enlargement as 1, 2, 3, 4, and this vertical movement becomes 1, 2, 3, 4 as well, because 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so that's the new point on the image. Okay, we'll pick another point on the object. Okay, let's pick that point there, and let's count from the center of enlargement. So that is 4 units to the right and 2 units up, meaning we multiply these two by 2 because scale factor is 2. So that becomes 8 units to the right and 4 units up. And let's put the point of the image, and the last one, that point there, which is 2 units to the right and 5 units up, and multiply these two by 2. That becomes 4 units to the right and 10 units up. There you go. So that's the point on the image. Yeah, and we can draw the triangle like so. Yeah, so this is the image, and you do the same thing to the square here. Okay, the instruction says enlarge this shape by scale factor 4 from the center of enlargement. So meaning you multiply each length by 4. Okay, given the center of enlargement, uh, let's pick a point. Okay, let's pick that point there, and if we count it from the center of enlargement, that is 1 unit to the right and 1 unit down. So that becomes 4 units to the right and 4 units down. So that is the new point on the image. Yeah, let's pick another point on the object. Okay, let's pick that point there, and that point is 3 units to the right and 1 unit down from the center of enlargement. And let's multiply both of them by 4 to get 12 units from the center of enlargement, 12 units to the right and 4 units down. Okay, and let's pick another point, and this point from the center of enlargement is 1 unit to the right and 3 units down, and we multiply both of them by 4 to get 4 units to the right and 12 units down. Yeah, same thing to the last point. Okay, there we go, and we draw the image. Yeah, and so that's how we create an image through the process of enlargement. Okay, uh, involving the center of enlargement. Okay. Just a bit of a note on the center of enlargement. The position of the center of enlargement relative to the object makes the differences as to where the enlarged image is positioned. Okay. What it means is, okay, let's take a look. The black rectangle is the object, and the red rectangle is the image. So currently, the center of enlargement is here. What happens if we change the position? Okay, let's move it down. See what happened to the image, the red rectangle. If we bring it down again, see the change, right? Let's repeat again. Oop. We bring the center of enlargement down and see what happened to the image, which is the red rectangle. Okay, so moving the center of enlargement down, move the image up. Okay, and see what happened here. Currently the center is here, the center of enlargement, and I bring it backward. Okay, see what happened? So moving the center of enlargement away from the object, move the image further away. Okay, so that's what happened if you move the center of enlargement away. The image also move away. All right. Next, let's bring the image up. Sorry. Currently, the center of enlargement is here, and I bring it up. Then moving this, then we can see if we move the center of enlargement upward, then the image goes down. Yeah. There you go. So that's a quick note on the center of enlargement. Okay. Now let's go back to examples again. Right. Here again we involve a fractional scale factor, but the positive one, yeah? So the instruction says enlarge the shape by scale factor half from the center of enlargement. Okay, so this means that you divide all length by 2. So let's pick a point, that point there, and that point is 6 units to the right and 6 units up. So you divide both of them by 2 or multiply both of them by half, same thing. So that becomes 3 and 3, yeah? Sorry, can you see that? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 3 units to the right and 3 units up. Let's pick another point, and that point is 6 units to the right and 12 units up. This becomes 3 and this becomes 6, yeah? There you go. And you do the same thing to the other points. Okay, so that's 12 and 6. That becomes 6 and 3. Okay, and this one is 12 and 12. That becomes 6 and 6. All right, and we connect the dots to get the image. Right, same process with the other 2 examples. So I'll just go quickly, and you can pause the video later on to try to understand the process. Image, yeah. Right. Now in this section, we will do things slightly differently. Here we will be describing an enlargement, yeah, an enlargement of shapes. Okay, let's take a look. In this example here, the instruction says describe the transformation fully that takes shape A into B. So A into B. So you're asked to describe what happened there. Okay, obviously it is an enlargement, yeah. Okay, so if you look at this particular length, that's 1, 2, 3 units, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So what happened there? What's the scale factor? So scale factor obviously 2, because 3 times 2 gives you 6. And so are the other lengths. Yeah. Right, so the scale factor is 2. So it is an enlargement by scale factor 2. But we are missing something, which is the center of enlargement. So to find the center of enlargement, what you do is to connect relevant points on the object and the image, and then you draw the lines, right? Like so. That point there related to that point there, then you draw the line. Similarly, Similarly, that point there and that point there, you connect, yeah, by drawing a line. Okay, and the intersection gives you the center of enlargement. In this case is point -6, -1. Yeah, so you need scale factor, and you also need the center of enlargement. Right, same thing here. Describe the transformation fully that takes shape A to B. So A is the object, B is the image. Yeah. It is an enlargement, of course. What about the scale factor? Well, you count the side, the relevant side. Here is 9 units. Yeah, this length is 9 units. The length on the object A, and on the image B, the length is 3. So what happened there? Going from 9 to 3. Of course, you divide by 3. So it is an enlargement by a scale factor 1/3. And here again, we need to find the center of enlargement. And to do so, we need to connect relevant point on the object and on the image, and we draw the line. And the intersection gives you the center of enlargement, okay, which is 0.7, -4. Yeah, so that's how you describe an enlargement of shape. There you go. Here are some more examples that you can take a look. So same process with the other examples. Yeah. In this last part of the presentation, we will cover negative enlargement. So to enlarge a shape by a negative scale factor, what you need to do is to first describe the movement from the center of enlargement to a point on the shape. Okay, for example, this one here. Okay, this means you move up by 2 units, and you move to the right by 5 units. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's given the scale factor of -1. That means we reverse the movement beginning from the center of enlargement. So that becomes down by 2 units, right? Because initially it was up, so you go down by 2 units, and you go the opposite by 5 units. Okay, so we reverse the movement. Okay, so that's how we do negative enlargement. So let's take a look at the complete examples. Okay, on the grid given, enlarge the shape by scale factor -2 from center A. Same process, you describe the movement from the center to a point. So pick a point. Okay, let's pick that point there. And the movement is up by 2 and right by 3. Then the reverse has to be down by, well, this time is 4 because the scale factor is 2. Okay, because 2 times 2 is 4, and you go the reverse. So down by 4 and left by 6 because 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Okay, so that is the new point on the image. Okay, we can pick another point. Same thing. This one here only right by 2 because there's no upward or downward movement. Okay, so that becomes left by 4 because 2 times 2 is 4, and you go the reverse. Okay, so that is the new point on the image. And the last point is right by 4, and that becomes left by 8. Okay, so we have all the points, and we connect those points to get the image. Okay, let's take a look at this example. Given this object or shape, enlarge it by scale factor -1 from center B. Pick a point, okay, and describe the movement. That is up by 3 and right by 5. Okay, then the reverse is down by 3 and left by 5. Right, that is the new point on the image. Pick another point. Okay, that is down by 3 and right by 5. Yeah, I hope you can see it. That's 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right. Okay, and the reverse is, of course, up by 3, left by 5. Okay, let's continue to the other points. Okay, that become up by 1, left by 3, right? And all we do, we connect the points to get the image. There you go, right? Same thing with this example. Given the shape and the center C, we are asked to enlarge it by scale factor -2. Let's begin by picking a point and describe it, beginning from the center C. Okay, let's pick that point there again. It is up by 2 and right by 3, and scale factor is -2. So this becomes down by 4, left by 6, because 2 times 2 is 4, and it goes the reverse. Same thing here. 3 times 2 is 6, and it goes the reverse. Yeah, so that's a new point on the image, and you do the same thing to the other points. Okay, all right, just a bit more. There you go, that is the image. Right, let's move on to the this example here. The instruction says describe the single transformation that maps shape T onto shape V through center of enlargement M. First thing first, it is an enlargement, but we need to find the scale factor. How do we count? Okay, we can use this imaginary triangle here. I hope you can see it. Okay, see that? Or you can use your ruler if you want. If you look at this imaginary triangle, okay, let me repeat that triangle there. I hope you can see it. Right, if you look at this side here, the length is 3 units. And if you look at the imaginary triangle on the image, which is this one here, okay, I hope you can see it, that imaginary triangle has a relevant side of 1 unit. So this one is 1, 2, 3 unit length, and this one is 1. So the scale factor is 1/3. But of course, if you look at the image, it is the reverse of the object, so therefore it is a negative scale factor, right, of center M. So there you go. So that's how you describe negative enlargement. Thank you very much for watching the videos. I hope it helps. Okay, take care.